Hello Internet, I would like to indulge you with my opinion of Elimination Chamber 2013. Thought it was actually a pretty good pay-per-view. It started off a little bit slowly, but at the end of the night there were actually some satisfactory results. We kicked off with Alberto Del Rio versus Big Show. Quite frankly, this to me was basically a SmackDown match. It was very average in quality. Despite all the efforts, I don't think this match was built up very well. I've got a big problem with Alberto Del Rio's face. Initially, I was really happy with it because I wanted to see him take a new career path, because as a heel, I don't think ADR was doing jack shit. So initially, I was like, yeah, awesome, this is something new, this is something fresh. But lo and behold, just like pretty much every face in the WWE, Alberto Del Rio has become like a boring cookie cutter, like, fresh face, and it's just not really working for me. I really want to like him, but one minute he's like a really badass heel who's like he's a wealthy guy, he thinks the working class is a scum, and then just at the click of a finger he's like a face and everybody loves him. It's just not really working for me. I really want it to work for him, but it just not. Like Vince Russo once said that the WWE title belt was just a prop. While I disagree with that a lot, at the same time he has a point. And this was a great example of how giving Del Rio the belt was a good prop to get him over as a face, but the typical WWE face pushing bullshit has made Del Rio stale, and he just quite easily made Big Show tap out as well. Del Rio making him tap out, I'm just not so sure about it. And there was a huge botch with like the bucket, who Big Show was held against his head and Del Rio completely missed it, and they had to do a retake that looked completely shit. I think Big Show could have just improvised and like hit him back, and then somehow Del Rio would have gotten that fatal kick on him or something. But this was a pretty bad match in my opinion, and I think it's a sad state of affairs to see the World Heavyweight Championship opening up a pay-per-view and meaning absolutely nothing. The next match we had was Miz Vs Antonio Cesaro. I really like Antonio Cesaro because he looks tough. He's got the build, he's got the muscles, he looks like he could kick your fucking ass. So I really hope the WWE push him. But this match, there were some good spots. It's pretty boring. Ended in a disqualification, which really worries me because I hope we don't see this match at WrestleMania, because we've seen it many times before. And Cesaro winning this match at WrestleMania won't mean shit because he's already won it before. And if The Miz wins at WrestleMania, then you've really kind of buried a Cesaro guy who could be a top heel in the future. So this match leaves me with many questions in my head, which I'm also happy about. Then we got the Elimination Chamber match. I thought what was actually very well done by the WWE is that you really did not know who was going to win this match. I was kind of hoping that maybe Daniel Bryan would win it and you get like Ziggler cashing in the Money in the Bank earlier on this night, and actually that's something I forgot to talk about it. I was expecting Dolph Ziggler to cash in, and he didn't, and actually it was probably a good decision because it would have been far too predictable if Ziggler cashed in. But then the result of the Elimination Chamber kind of threw away my plans. Initially, I wanted Daniel Bryan to win it, Ziggler to cash in against Del Rio, so we could have that match, the Smart Mark's dream, and also like two of my future faces, in my opinions, giving a great WrestleMania match, Dolph Ziggler and Daniel Bryan. I thought that would have been fantastic. So that's who I wanted to win. Who I expected to win was Chris Jericho, and again Ziggler cashing in tonight. And or not even tonight, some point in the future, I would have thought it would be Jericho versus Ziggler for the World Heavyweight Championship. What we got instead was a fucking Jack Swagger win, and this is why I thought this match was actually handled very well, because almost everybody in the match, apart from Kane, could have won this thing, and it actually wasn't the greatest match at all, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think they utilised the Elimination Chamber much at all. There wasn't much violence. You can still get this match quite violent, even though it's a PG era. The TLC match quite recently with the Shield was pretty damn violent in my opinion. This match didn't really have anything apart from an RKO onto the outside of the Elimination Chamber, so as for Elimination Chambers, I thought this match wasn't very good, but it was the outcome that quite intrigued me. And Jack Swagger winning, although I have to say, I think this is completely bullshit that at WrestleMania, the World Heavyweight Championship, which is supposed to be a big deal, will be contended with two people who were basically nowhere 2 months ago. Del Rio was a heel doing fuck all. Swagger wasn't even on the scene, and now all of a sudden they're in WrestleMania. So I think that's a little bit bullshit on a booking point of view, but from an entertainment point of view, I actually think it's quite a good idea. I must admit, I really like Jack Swagger's new persona with the dude with the mustache. I think that's brilliant. It's, for once, very topical and relevant in today's world. In America, conservative talk shows and radio shows are extremely popular. It's kind of like far right, anti-immigration, fucking foreigners are there, goddamn coming here and getting social security shit. I love it. It's like relevant, so it's great that the WWE are doing something interesting and politically correct and incorrect, sorry. And obviously Swagger is a heel, so that kind of is politically correct because he's the bad guy and he's saying all these horrible things. But this will get a lot of buzz, I think, from the media because, again, talking about immigration is obviously a very touchy subject. So hopefully we'll see some really kind of fucking nasty stuff between Swagger and Del Rio. And if the WWE play this right, it'll be great and we'll have a good WrestleMania match. Without question, after we see it's going to be Del Rio versus Swagger, Ziggler will cash in at WrestleMania. It's a foregone conclusion. I can't see anything else happening. So, again, as much as I hate the fact that these two will be in the World Heavyweight Championship match, I think that's really fucked up. This would have been a great feud for just a WrestleMania match. But at the end of the day, Ziggler will cash in, so it doesn't really fucking matter who's got the belt. At the end of the night, Ziggler will be champion, hopefully. So, EC, yeah, I was pretty damn happy about this, actually. And for once, the WWE did something relatively unpredictable. So, thumbs up. Next, we had fucking Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. This was a bit... Oh, no, it was the Shield match, sorry. I gotta say, this started off kind of bullshit. Like, the faces were all getting over, doing their bits and bobs. I did notice at the beginning of the match, and I don't know whether this is going to be similar to WrestleMania, the crowd were not cheering any of the faces. Cena, as always, will get a few cheers, but out-cheered by boos. Sheamus got a few women's voices. No boos, nothing. That's even worse than everything else. If you get some boos, at least you get an opinion from someone. Sheamus got no reaction. And likewise with Ryback, which I'm really disappointed about because I really do like Ryback, even though he's a bit of a kind of shitty wrestler, but at least he's something interesting and he could be like a good power base kind of thing. This match, I gotta say, like, everyone would expect the John Cena, Sheamus and Ryback to win, damn straight. I kind of, as much as I hate all three of them apart from Ryback, I would have wanted the Shield to win. I do think that they should be winning something before WrestleMania because they're all faces. But, again, the WWE actually threw a curveball at us and had the Shield win. I thought the wrestling was good, and Shield were in control most of the match, so I was thinking to myself, well, the Shield are looking really good here, so I suppose eventually the faces will get a sneaky win and that'll be that. But actually they fucking won it, and I gotta say congratulations WWE, that's something really good. And I'm not saying this just as like a kind of internet fan or anything like that, but no, it was an unpredictable ending, and there's just too much predictability in the WWE nowadays. So actually the fact that this pay-per-view churned out a few surprising results, the WWE deserves full credit for that, in my opinion. And yeah, the Shield looked really good. I have to say I was quite disappointed that Ryback was the one that got pinned. I don't see why Sheamus couldn't have been the one who took the fucking spear from Roman Reigns. I think Ryback should have been the one who got tackled into the announce table kind of thing, that area. Ryback does not need to be pinned. Tonight was his first official clean pin, and I think that's quite fucked up, doing this. WWE is so bad with faces. They're so fucking bad with faces. They actually almost had something with Ryback, and they've kind of fucked it up. They fucked Del Rio up. They fucked Sheamus up. They fucked Cena up. Everything's handed on a plate to them, and then all of a sudden they lose. There's no consistency with the WWE's faces, so I've got to say I'm quite disappointed they kind of almost fucked up Ryback's thing. So hopefully he'll come good eventually and maybe face Mark Henry at WrestleMania, who, by the way, did look great in the Elimination Chamber. But yeah, it was actually a pretty damn good match, apart from Ryback losing. But the Shield winning, fantastic. Perhaps now the WWE will actually do something really good for them. So I'm intrigued. I'm quite happy with that. Then we had just Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler. This is 2-3 minutes long. It was rather pointless. Ziggler's looking kind of good. Biggie Langston looks like a beast. He's fucking huge. Like, he's quite a short guy. he's fucking massive. So I'm quite, again, intrigued to see what they do with him, and it's really nice seeing some young stars doing something for once. You know, I think the WWE have just wasted so many young talents over the years, so hopefully they'll do something nice with Big Langston, maybe chuck him in a match with Ryback later on in the year. That was kind of cool. Women's title match, do not give two fucks about. The women's title division is so completely boring now. Ugh. Then, main event, I have to say I hated the Royal Rumble match between CM Punk and The Rock. I thought it really sucked. There was no back and forth. CM Punk looked shit. The Rock didn't even look that shit. They completely, in my opinion, failed on the opportunity of making that a really great moment with The Rock winning the belt. It just didn't work. There were no near falls. I really wish that actually they'd have had Punk won that match in a screwy way and then had Rock win it tonight so he could still take the belt towards WrestleMania, which is a good business angle. But tonight, I have to say, we got a very good match. I think the stipulation was just a way of, you know, making the fans interested, because obviously anyone who knows the business model of the WWE knows that The Rock is going to be in the main event. So Vince McMahon threw us a little bone to keep us confused. But we got tonight, in my opinion, what I wanted to see from the original match in the Royal Rumble. It's just a fucking decent, honest match with back and forth near falls. Fucking CM Punk kicked out of a rock bottom and a people's elbow. Why could they not have done that before? You know, I always, while, you know, watching the normal stuff, watch like wrestling back in the day, and I quite recently watched SummerSlam 2001, where Kurt Angle faced Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Kurt Angle kicked out of 3 Stone Cold Stunners and still lost the match. And it's just like, yeah, that was good. That really made Kurt Angle look good. I'm like, why can't they just do that for some of the young stars? Make them kick out of a few fucking moves and make them look good. And finally, they fucking did it and like made CM Punk look like he could rub it and mix it with The Rock, and he looked alright. So I was completely fine with The Rock winning, because, you know, everyone's always like, oh, you smart, no, I'm cool with the whole business decision. I just want CM Punk to look good so he can be a more marketable star in the future. And I still really hope that this goes to CM Punk, The Rock, and Cena a triple threat match. This might happen because CM Punk did get a knees to faces move, go to sleep, and the referee was out. So perhaps CM Punk will say he got screwed over somehow. Who knows? But I really, really want a triple threat match at the main event. Hopefully Undertaker will be injured and they'll have no other choice but to put CM Punk in the main event. It is a bit of a disgrace, really, when you think about it, that the guy holding the title belt for 400 days won't be in the main event. That's fucked up, so hopefully that'll be the triple threat, although it looks relatively unlikely, because something that soured my night right at the end was, well, Michael Cole, here it is, John Cena, The Rock, WrestleMania. Hopefully they're just fooling us and they're not going to have it, because I do not want to goddamn see that match. I don't think anyone really wants to see it. It might be good business, but stick Punk in there, have a triple threat. That would be great. Have Punk win it so he gets his WrestleMania moment. Cena's had fucking far too many of them. CM Punk needs one. And if needs be, have Punk drop the belt the next night. As far as I'm concerned, CM Punk needs to be in the main event to make him more marketable. So it's a business decision, him being in the main event and winning it, to make him more fucking marketable. So enough of this bullshit about CM Punk isn't marketable. Yeah, because you never put him in the bloody position to be so. So at the end of the day, Elimination Chamber was quite a good pay-per-view. It wasn't that good, but I have to say the booking was good, which is kind of rare. Maybe that's just my opinion that I like the booking, but I thought it was a good night for that. Overall, 7.5, 7 out of 10. Pretty decent stuff, and it accomplished one fucking good thing. I am looking forward to Raw tomorrow night, so yeah, it was good shit. Cheers, subscribe, like, and comment.